Alright guys, welcome back to another one. So we've got a small update on stellarblade coming from ShiftUp's fourth quarter financial earnings report. Right now we're all eagerly awaiting the PC version of the game, which is hopefully set for release sometime this year. In this recent earnings report, ShiftUp did provide a small update on the PC version. What are the expected results of stellarblade's PC version and why? In the AAA game market, PC devices have a higher market share than consoles, so we expect the performance of the PC version to exceed that of the console version. We are particularly observing trends such as the significant expansion of the single-player action game market in the Asian gaming industry. We have identified and analyzed both successful and underperforming cases of console exclusives released on PC, and we are preparing to release the game in a way that ensures continued success in the PC market. This will include optimization, enhancing user convenience, adding supplementary content, and tailored marketing strategies unique to ShiftUp. And I can only imagine what ShiftUp mean by tailored marketing strategies is a whole lot of this. In particular, we plan to optimize the game to ensure smooth gameplay even in UMPC, Steam Deck environments. So that's quite a bit to take in. Number one, ShiftUp are wanting to push the game's visual fidelity and performance beyond that of what's possible on the PlayStation 5, even looking at the Pro, which comes expected. You're almost always going to get the definitive experience of a video game on PC with much higher resolutions and frame rates. stellarblade is a simply gorgeous game, and while it performs incredibly well on the PS5 Pro as it is Pro Enhanced, I'm definitely excited to see how this game is going to both look and run on PC. I do hope that ShiftUp take extra care in ensuring that the game is well optimized. It seems as if this is one of their focuses. This is a UE4 game, so UE4 games can sometimes have some performance quirks there. Personally though, I'd be a little bit more worried if this was a UE5 game, so at least looking at UE4, we should have a pretty good experience on day one. But furthermore, to take the visuals of stellarblade to the next level, we of course look at mods. We all know that looking at the mod side of things for stellarblade, it is going to be absolutely insane, and for various reasons. But I have a good feeling that there is going to be an incredibly dedicated mod community once stellarblade hits PC. Not just looking at performance and visual enhancements, but you know, everything else to do with what's already on offer from an official standpoint by the devs themselves. Dear Lord Almighty, this is going to be an NSFW fiendfest. And it also looks like ShiftUp are going to make additional optimizations for handheld PCs like Steam Deck or ROG Ally. Supplementary content though is an interesting one. It seems as if ShiftUp do want to prepare some additional content for the release of the PC version to encourage people to purchase the game on PC. Now here's the thing, this news is going around at the moment and a lot of people are concerned that there will be PC exclusive content. Considering how generous ShiftUp have been with all of the free DLC updates for stellarblade on PlayStation 5, I don't think that they will lock anything exclusive to one platform. We already know that ShiftUp throughout 2025 are going to continue with the trends that we saw in 2024 with dropping updates every so often with new content, albeit small content and generally just cosmetic based. As described in this financial report, they've been treating stellarblade almost like a live service game with consistent updates. But I think what everyone wants to know is, when are we going to receive a substantial DLC? A roadmap for stellarblade was shown off to investors last year, and in this image we can see that DLC and sequel is something that is being considered. Do know that a substantial story DLC is something that hasn't been confirmed for the game, but since the launch last year, Kim Hyung-tae, the director of the game, has mentioned that it is something that ShiftUp will consider depending on the success, and knowing that the success of stellarblade has been actually pretty good, and reiterating that ShiftUp is still observing how a significant expansion performs for a single-player action game within the Asian gaming industry. Now we know that Black Myth Wukong is currently set to receive a significant story DLC. Because this game is at the forefront for one of the most successful single-player Asian-developed video games right now, it totally wouldn't surprise me if Shift Up are closely paying attention and are waiting for the release of Black Myth Wukong's DLC to gauge how it performs within the Asian gaming market. Because right now we're starting to see a revolution of Asian-based game developers breaking into the AAA single-player based console experiences. So because this is mostly new territory, they have to spend some time gauging if it's actually worth them putting in their resources and time into developing significant additional content for their said title, or just move on to the next thing. And speaking about Shift Up's next thing, we got a small update here on their next game that they are currently working on that goes under the codename of Project Witches. They mentioned, we are developing the game with the goal of launching after 2027. We plan to reveal new information about Project Witches in the first half of this year, creating an opportunity for the market and users to explore exciting details, including the general concept of the game. This is an insanely quick follow-up, considering that stellarblade only released at the beginning of last year. Now, we've talked about Project Witches in the past, but just to reiterate and to sort of set some expectations on this game, it is described as being a cross-platform title that allows you to play across mobile, PC, and console. So because mobile's in the mix there, we are led to believe that this is going to be along the same lines of Genshin Impact, basically this big 3D open world type action RPG live service title by Shift Up. Personally, I do wish that Shift Up were pursuing just another single player experience, but at the same time too, seeing the revenue that they generate from Project Nikke, a live service gacha title for phones that basically put Shift Up on the map and funded the development of stellarblade, they likely want to capitalize on another live service title, and one that's slightly more ambitious than Nikke. So we can only assume that looking at a sequel to stellarblade, which I'm pretty confident will happen due to the success of the first game, is something that will happen once Project Witches releases in 2027 or 2028. But it's exciting to know that Shift Up are currently in a position with the development of this game to be able to showcase it anywhere from now to June of this year. So some pretty exciting stuff happening for both Shift Up and stellarblade. Fingers crossed we end up hearing about the PC version of the game around the same time as Shift Up decides to reveal Project Witches. But trust me on this, a new era of gooning will begin once that PC version of stellarblade drops, man. It is going to be out of control. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. Just thought I'd keep you in the loop with what's going on behind the scenes with stellarblade. Slap that like button if you enjoyed and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, a big thank you to my wonderful patrons. I appreciate the support. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we'll talk again real soon.